outside. Puka's got the catch. Puka breaks the tackle to 10. Purdy rolling, throwing. Aiyuk holds on. Steps up, throws. Wide open man is Dowdle. And he's going to take it. Inside, he's into the end zone. Have to get rid of it and caught. He's headed to the end zone. Stevenson, touchdown.
Season 7. Of what? Season 7 of what? But anyway, oh yeah, season 7 just came out. Yeah, just came out. I actually have a couple of tokens. I was like, whoa, where's season 7 out? But it must have just dropped today or this week, because I was I was looking for like the season 7 because I had tokens in season 6. So I was doing the season 6 challenges, and I was getting season 7 tokens. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? It's not, but I guess it came out. So that's good to know. We'll hop on in a little bit. But as far as Brandon Aiyuk, so if you don't know, Brandon Aiyuk was on the 49ers. He was given a $30 million contract a year. Made him probably not the highest, one of the highest NFL players. But during this time, he wanted to leave the 49ers. He got the money he wanted. He stayed. And then he just kind of disappeared. And then he would do these random tweets and IG things where he was driving by the stadium and all that stuff. So I just want to kind of touch on it real quick. And there's 49ers personality. One of their biggest personalities is Grant Cohen. Now, if you don't know who Grant Cohen is, he's with Sports Illustrated, Cohen, whatever his name is. And I'll admit, somewhat, I look at him like an entertainer. Some people look at him as a true journalist. I don't, because his takes are so wild and all over the place. But if you don't know, this is Grant Cohen. All right, so he's very popular YouTube channel. I think he has over 200,000 people on his YouTube channel. Very popular. He is charismatic, but he does rage bait a lot. But he does his takes. He's all over the place. 1 minute he's saying one thing, he's saying one thing. Well, he tweeted out a thing about Brandon Aiyuk, and about how Brandon Aiyuk is, the 49ers are holding him back and they could let him go. But the thing is that you cannot let a player go the 49ers, you can't let a player go without exemption. There's exemptions in their contract. So it's not like they can just release them, or they had, so. But let's just go to the post and just read what, go back to Grant Cohen's post about Brandon Aiyuk real quick, and we'll just read over what he said. Here we go. Brandon Aiyuk didn't quit on the 49ers. They voided his guarantees. Not true. And he still returned to the team from July to October because he wanted to play. They never cleared him. They didn't want him to play. When that was clear, he left. He's not the bad guy, which is absolutely false. He quit on the team. He never showed up to the facility. George Kittle spoke on this on Bussin' with the Boys podcast about how he's seen him like a couple of times working out in the very morning away from everything. He even had one of the viewers say, money and attention from rage baiting cannot be worth compromising your journalistic integrity and standards. It just can't. I compromise my journalistic integrity if I don't believe Brandon's version of these events. How journalistically integrity works. How are they supposed to clear him when he stops showing up? That's the point. They didn't put him on a PUP. They could have opened the practice window. After that, they didn't. They weren't going to clear him. Why didn't they tell the Ute players stay away? Clearly, we violated the terms and deal with July, June or July. But he was healthy to play last year. Healthy to play now. Point out to play still with the wide receiver, who was almost 33. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Grant has this thing where it's age. If you're like 29 or 30, he has this thing. Oh, he's 30, but uh, I guess he never heard of Tom Brady winning Super Bowls in his 40s. He's never heard of Devontae Adams having a still playing great, being in his 30s. It's very possible with science and way and medicine works now that you can play up until you're 40 if you take care of your body or you just get a little bit of luck and guidance. You can still play, at a pretty good rate. And Devontae Adams is still the top receiver, this one guy says, you need to pick a lane. This is embarrassing. Yeah, because Grant always goes from, one take to a next take. It'll be the same thing. He'll give you 4 different takes. It's like, which one is it? You know? But the truth of the factor of this, you can't just void players guaranteed unless they violate their contract. That was the whole point. They couldn't void his contract unless he violated the contract. So so I just wanted to kind of touch on it. I know George Kittle spoke on it, busting with the boys. We're gonna
Is interesting too. I see a lot of people commenting on that the 49ers are holding him hostage and it's unfair and they're doing wrong by him. And I want to give my 2 cents on that. I don't think so. I think the opposite. Because no tape for his contract right now is for almost $30 million a year. If they cut him, the contract's torn up, thrown away, and somebody's going to resign him for a 1 year, prove it kind of deal.
exactly. That's exactly what Richard Sherman said. No one, they're gonna get rid of the contract and they're gonna probably give him like a 10, I would say 12 to 20 million dollar contract for 1 year to prove that he's still a top receiver, and then he'll go get his money again. What the 49ers want to do is they want to get a draft pick for him. So that's why they're waiting all the way up to even past the draft. They're going to wait all the way up before camps really start kicking in. Then they'll probably release him. But what they want to do is they want to make sure that they can, if some team like the Commanders want to go after him, which he's been linked to, then they can say, hey, well, give us a 5th or 6th or 7th round draft pick. So that's why they're holding Brandon Aiyuk. They may be in a draft where the teams might have a certain receivers on their board, and those receivers might come off their board and like, well, we have Aiyuk, we can get Aiyuk, but no team is really gonna trade for Aiyuk. So this is wishful thinking now. But he's gonna end up getting released, but he's gonna get very minimum. Maybe it's a thing to screw him with him a little bit, maybe. But Brandon Aiyuk was not very, very good to the team. He held the team up for money. He was wearing other teams' uniforms. He was talking about, other team colors. He was talking about he didn't want to play for the 49ers. Then he gets his money, and then he becomes prima donna the whole time. Driving by the stadium. Look, check this out. Driving by the stadium. I would be heated. I think there was on IG that he pictured himself driving by the stadium. See where it's at. Let's see if I can see it on YouTube. You drove by the stadium doing like 100 miles an hour or something like that. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And we're gonna put a ball on it. We'll just move to the next thing.
Well, here's Brandon Aiyuk just revving it up to go past Levi Stadium by about 102 miles an hour. Just big brain stuff going on here from Brandon Aiyuk. This is his biggest drive of the year. Now he's going to turn his music up. He's got...
This is him driving by. I put it on mute because of copyright, but I mean, this is the stuff that Brandon Aiyuk has been doing. Let's go over the clip. I mean, he's been really bizarre. Here's what George Kittle said about Brandon Aiyuk on Bustin' the Boys podcast this week.
Let's see. Speak totally freely, uninhibited.
Uninhibited. No one's listening to the show.
No one's listening to the show.
Driving by.
And then he was like in and out of the building throughout like those first couple weeks. And I started going out to like see him like in the weight room because he didn't go into the locker room or the training room anymore. So he would just go to the weight room to do his rehab.
And was this like like a holdout thing he was doing?
No, this was this past year. Like he was under contract. This was the year after. This was this past season. So there's no holdout or anything. Let him know that, hey, I'm your guy. Like, just like very often. Like that's on you guys. And I just try to be there for the player. I love you. I love playing football with you. How can I help? And then like literally 2 days later, the article comes out and I don't see him again. So just like, all right.
That is the issue with Brandon Aiyuk. So for just to kind of give you a rundown what's been going on with him, no team is going to get paid $30 million for a guy that doesn't show up, that speeds by the stadium, that holds up him for money, and just does all these weird things. So, but anyway.
Puka's got the catch. Puka breaks the tackle to 10. And Purdy rolling, throwing. Aiyuk holds on. Steps up, throws. Wide open man is down. And he's going to take it. Inside. He's into the end zone. Have to get rid of it.